Someone from Illinois, an unarmed black woman, was shot the other day in her home by a deputy sheriff. The deputy has since been charged with murder. You've said police would get immunity from prosecution if you win. Why should someone like that officer have immunity, in your opinion?
Immunity?
Immunity.
I don't know the exact case, but I saw something, and it didn't look good to me. It didn't look good to me. Are you talking with the water, right?
Yeah, well, police unions are not backing this person either.
Okay.
But again, why would...
They're going to be charging the officer. I guess they're charging the officer.
So why should he receive immunity?
Well, he might not. I mean, it depends. It depends on what happens. I'm talking about people that are much different cases than that. We need people to protect ourselves. And by the way, in Chicago, as an example, a few weeks ago, July 4th weekend, they had 117 shootings and 17 deaths. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. We need to have our police officers have the respect and dignity back. In this particular case, I saw something that didn't look good to me. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
So can you get a little more specific back to the immunity question? Who would make those
Well, right now, for the most part, people are protected by their unions, by their police unions, or by their police departments. But I'm saying if I felt, or if a group of people would feel that somebody was being unfairly prosecuted because the person did a good job maybe with crime, or made a mistake, an innocent mistake. There's a big difference between being a bad person and making an innocent mistake. But if somebody made an innocent mistake, I would want to help that person.
What would those exceptions be? What would determine
you
an
go
innocent
after
mistake?
Somebody and it's a very close call and it's very dangerous, and you know they have the policeman's life and woman is a very difficult thing, because sometimes you have less than a second to make a life and death decision, and sometimes very bad decisions are made. They're not made from an evil standpoint, but they're made from the standpoint of they made a mistake.
So I want to follow up really quickly. I find it interesting because you do talk about reining in prosecutors, especially when it comes to prosecutors that are prosecuting you. Why doesn't that skepticism apply to law enforcement?
Well, I've been prosecuted because I'm a political opponent of two people that have weaponized our justice system. I've been prosecuted. I just won the big case in Florida. Everyone said that was the biggest case. That was the most difficult case. And I just won it. Now, Biden has a similar case, except much worse. I was protected under the Presidential Records Act. Biden wasn't, because he wasn't president at the time. And he had 50 years worth of documents. And they ruled that he was incompetent, and therefore he shouldn't stand trial. And I said, isn't that something?
Bullshit. All right, Shalom. I'd like to start by saying, Ka Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakak Wadash Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, my elder here one as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth, the sincerity, and truth. And peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm Khanak Sam Ben Yashar from the Lions and the Yashar camp. This is my Lions Den news and prophecy. As you can see from that clip that I just played, this is Donald Trump's president, now former president, now about to be president again. Donald Trump's view on giving immunity to police officers involved in shootings. All right, with that being said, this lesson is about this article right here that says Republicans win majority of U.S. House seat. Excuse me, Salakia. It says Republicans win majority of U.S. House seats and government sweep. All right. Edition projects. Now, if this happens, political views like what President Trump views on immunity with the police officers will go into effect, and there will be no, Some of these for 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 political like popular vote status, like Democrats will vote against certain things because when election years come back around, they want people to see that we vote against this, that that the Republicans are trying to bring forth, so you need to vote for us. But they're not going to be able to do that because you know if the Republicans win the majority of the House, pretty much all the values and the views that Donald Trump is going to bring forth, 9 times out of 10 they're going to go with it. And one of these things are going to be um, immunity for the police involved in these shootings like this. Now, when he was asked about, when he was questioned about the dealing with the Jake woman that had the pot of water, they got shot to death, right? He said, I saw something in that was really bad and I didn't like it. Like, he didn't have no compassion. Somebody that had compassion for that, they would have been like, yo, that was fucked up. That was messed up. That in a situation like that, he should have not have, you know what I'm saying? Because it was clear. I don't care if she would have threw a pot of hot water on him. Like, you know what I'm saying? First of all, he has things that he has pepper spray. He has a taser. He doesn't have to automatically go to a deadly weapon, which is his gun. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, so what? There's no excuse. And then the second part of what he said was like an honest mistake. Like an honest mistake should not lead to somebody's life being taken. Because you can't say I'm sorry, come back to life. You know what I'm saying? So and not and not to take away from the danger of involved in being a police officer, but you know I think there should be a lot of psychiatric evaluation in order to become a police officer, and because of the simple fact that you don't want it. You know, there's dangers in being a police officer. And if you don't hold these individuals accountable, there will be dangers into being a civilian. Bottom line, it'll be dangerous to be a civilian out here if these police aren't held accountable for their honest, what they call honest mistake. You can't make an honest mistake when somebody's life is in danger. This like just like if a doctor makes an honest mistake on diagnosis or treatment for somebody and gives them some medication that's going to kill them. It's not an honest mistake. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, these are the things that are being brought to the are about to come to pass and be brought to the forefront because this individual was in office. Let me get my scripture set up real quick, Slakia. Slakia, I've been under the weather for the past few days. That's why my last video the other day was only 10 minutes. So lucky for that. I'm getting my wheels back up under me. But real quick, I want to get Revelations 12 and 12, and it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. The king of Babylon, as like just like the elder was referring to, not his last video, but the one before that, being the new elected Donald Trump, you know, is come down having great wrath. But it's talking about Esau in general, but this particular individual, he has a lot to prove. And his pride is gonna lift him up that he's gonna prove a point. He's gonna bring America back. He's gonna make America great again. He's gonna do all these things, man. He's gonna MAGA, and he's nothing but a witch, a warlock. You see? So he's gonna bring great pressure on the people, especially the children of Israel, man. All right? It says, um, going to this article real quick. It says Republicans win majority of U.S. House seat in government sweep. Edison projects. It says President-elect Donald Trump's Republican Party will control both House of Congress when he takes office in January. House of Congress when he takes office in January. Edison Research projected on Wednesday, enabling him to push an agenda of slashing taxes and shrinking the federal government. All right, it says Republicans will have at least 218 votes needed to control the 435 seats of House Representatives Edison projected, with 9 races yet to be called. They have had already secured the United States Senate majority of at least 52 to 48, with one race uncalled after the November election. It said during his first presidential term in 2017 to 2021, Trump Trump's biggest achievement was sweeping tax cuts that are due to expire next year. It says the legislation in the Democratic President Joe Biden signature $1 trillion infrastructure law both came during periods when their parties control both chambers of Congress. All right, so this is talking about the economical stuff, but my main point is going into the title itself. It says Republicans win majority of U.S. House seats in government sweep. So now, if they have the majority, all the values and all the mindset that Trump is pushing, right? Now I'm not saying that all Republicans agree on the same thing, but it's a lot easier for him to push his agenda, if he controls the House and the Senate. If he controls those things, if the Republicans control those things, it's very much easier. And one of those things that he's pushing is this immunity for the police officers, right, involved in shootings that may potentially kill people. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be Jake, because those are the majority of individuals that's going to be killed. Why did he name Chicago? He talked about Chicago as if the reason why Chicago is the way it is because the police don't have the authority or the respect that they once had, and so they need to put more pressure. Because remember when the Jakes were getting killed, struck by the police when Trump was in office, he was telling them to put more pressure on them, put more pressure on the people, the individuals that's getting killed, put more pressure on them. You know, because there's not a specific law. Like, you can do capital murder, but really there's not no law where the police is going to come up to you on the side of the street or on the road or wherever they're coming to you at that's punishable by death. So shouldn't nobody die getting apprehended, no matter how much they resist, unless they pulling out guns and shooting at the police. Okay, all right, you have the right to defend yourself. Right, but like if somebody bringing a butter knife, somebody got a butter knife or some shit like that, and they end up dead, according to the police, and Trump should feel like, oh, there was a split decision, it was an honest, innocent mistake. He thought the butter knife was an actual knife, and he shouldn't be prosecuted for that. Nah. So these are the type of things that this devil is going to bring to pass, or try to. or try to bring forth to pass. So that's why it says in Revelation 12:12, it says, "Rejoice, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down having great wrath, because he knows that he has a short time." Right. So he's gonna push all the draconian measures, and that's the same mindset. Sorry, real quick, my computer running slow. I'm gonna get another scripture. That's the same mindset that Antiochus Epiphanes had. Hold on a second. This is Isaiah 10:1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, that write grievousness which they have prescribed." Right? This is all their laws and shit that they be writing to persecute the people, especially the children of Israel. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Right, and that's what these draconian measures that you know, not saying because it's the Republican Party that these things are going to happen, because if you go to the Democratic Party, look at what Kamala was doing before she was vice president. She was I don't know, she was a state attorney or prosecutor or something like that. And like she was putting it, or judge, I'm not sure what she was. She was putting maximum time on Jake, trying to get messed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this whole system is messed up within itself. But like putting up the individual like Trump in the office, and for the Republicans to run the House and the Senate is a big thing, because the values that they're gonna push. You know, that's a big thing. It's a serious thing. Not saying that the Democratic Party wouldn't do anything, because they're corrupt within itself. So let's go to the Republican Party. Um, they're going to eliminate they you know what I'm saying, your welfare. Yeah, that's going to be gone eventually. You know, so like all these systems that all these systems that like, okay, like Medicare, Medicaid, um, food stamps, Section 8, things like that. While we're all like a product of the Democratic Party, and the Republican Party is against these type of funding or help. So Trump has the Trump and the cabinet, in the House and the Senate now, have the potential to really do away with all that stuff. And the timing of everything, how everything is going on right now, right? It makes it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. So with that being said, like, you got to prepare for the worst. I mean, all the ones that truly believe in Yahweh Shimei Ashar are preparing for the worst anyway, because you know, you got so much stuff going on in the world right now that you can tell that's being brought forth by Yahweh Shimei Ashar, but only the ones that are in the know are gonna have that true understanding. You know, so with the Republicans winning the House seats, a lot of the draconian measures that Trump is about will be a lot easier for him to bring forth. So that's something that we should pay attention to, you know. And things are going to get worse. Even him being elected into the office, it can bring civil unrest among the people. And it didn't matter who was elected in office, it was going to bring civil unrest among the people. That's how you know is it's all being brought forth by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right, Lord willing, lesson edifying to serve the purpose for the hope and elect, the ones that truly believe in the name and how by Shem Yahushua. With that, I'd like to say, Kal Halayim La Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, by Shem Harakak Wadash, my mouth. Double honors of the other apostles, a great millstone of my elder here one as well. Salutations to the Ark that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth, and peace and blessing to the men and women and children that believe in the name and how by Shem Yahushua. Shalom.